Hello. Hi. So I want to speak about the art of contemplation. Contemplation is it's an art form. It's the ability to sit with a question and to allow the question to remain unanswered until it is answered from the wholeness of our being. And what I mean by that is that typically we're using this brilliant mind that has an amazing capacity to figure things out, to be logical, to be strategic, to put together different parts of our lives and feel into them or think into them, and to see if we can come up with solutions to unanswered questions. And we certainly want to use that capacity, but we rely on it so heavily that we're often not allowing ourselves to listen deeply to a higher knowing, to a knowing that arises often without logic, often without having that knowing be because I figured everything out and I've done all the math and everything lines up exactly perfectly. It's a different knowing. It's a knowing that just says, yes, move in this direction. No, don't move in that direction. And when we start to learn how to be with a question and feel into truth, answers, guidance, feeling into guidance, it's not usually right there. It's not right there waiting and saying, oh, good, I'm glad you're dropping in and feeling into and stopping and being more present and just allowing yourself to be spacious so that you can receive this guidance. When we do that, it's not often right there saying, oh, great, here I am. Here's exactly what you should do. And since it's not typically right there, our conditioning, our habit, says, I'm not getting the answer. And it goes back to, I need to go back to figuring all this out. And there is such beauty and power and artfulness at learning how to listen, how to contemplate, how to listen to a deeper knowing that feels really, when we learn to trust it, it's actually more powerful and more compelling than just our logic of everything. So I'll give you an example. I'm in Bali right now. I'm in this temporary, beautiful space, but it's not where I'm going to be long term. It's temporary. And there's a lot of dynamics around whatever the next space is going to be. Do I move into another temporary space while I'm waiting for the more long-term space to unfold? I've got a container of stuff arriving. It may be here before I find another space. So do I put that in storage? There's, without going into all the details, there's a lot of different ways this could play out. And so each day and throughout different times during the day, I sit with the question, what's next? What serves? What feels nourishing? What do I really want? What are the different possibilities? And I keep sitting with those, and I do some journaling. I write out questions, surmise a couple of possibilities and answers. Maybe I'll make a little pros and cons list of different things that are showing up. But I'm not rushing toward an answer. This is the key. I'm not rushing toward an answer. I'm allowing this question to just be, so that all parts of me may come to answering the question. The mind, is this logical? Does this make sense? What are the consequences of making this choice compared to that choice? So that's there. And then there's just the feeling. It says, no, stay where you are. Don't worry, don't rush. Have faith. It'll appear. The place will appear. Don't panic into making a decision. So there's some of that knowing. And contemplation, the art of contemplation, is to sit with a question and let an answer even come up. And rather than grabbing onto that answer and going with it, sit with it more. See if the answer stays the same. It might change. Oh, that happens all the time. My experience of that is regular. That an answer arises, and I think, okay, well, there it is. And then I sit with that a bit longer. And the next day, or later on the same day, it changes. Oh, maybe, all right, I'm glad I didn't rush into that and cling on to that, grab onto that answer. I just let that sit. And it changes. Maybe it shifts a little bit more. And after a while, it stabilizes. There's a knowing. It was like when I decided to come to Bali. I sat for a month with the question and played into all different parts, scenarios and possibilities and places. And I just kept feeling and feeling and feeling. And after a while, it was clear. The answer stabilized. Go to Bali. Go to Bali. It's when I moved to Sedona, the same thing happened. I was playing with, should I be in Sedona, Asheville, North Carolina, Boulder, Colorado? I had a variety of places I was feeling into, and I just sat with those possibilities and slowed down, dropped out of the logical mind and just allowed myself to ask, what feels good? What feels like it's moving me forward in a healthy and nourishing way? And at some point I knew, go to Sedona. Go to Sedona, go out and sit on the rocks and ask your questions again there. And so I did. And that was the place to be. And then same thing with coming to Bali. I sat for a month, journaled every day, thought, felt, had conversations with people. But I wasn't always up here just trying to figure it out. I was allowing myself to feel into the higher self, the oneness that can feel into a path, to feel into a Dharma, feel into a trajectory, and let us know what serves that path, what serves that bigger picture, if you will. So now I'm feeling into, it's a lot of puzzle pieces. I could do this, I could do this, I could stay here for 2 weeks and then do another short term, or I could stay here longer, but that's got that dynamic to it. And what if I did that? So I feel, I think, I feel, I think, I feel. And at some point there will be just a knowing. So that when a big decision needs to be made, a big lever needs to be pulled, a big yes needs to be stepped into, that I will have allowed the full dimensionality of being to have served, to have informed me as to what serves the Dharma, what serves the path, what serves this journey. So I'll finish with this. Another part of contemplation is to keep feeling into what is the path. What serves? What serves my ability to let love move through me with authenticity, with wholeness, with grace? And boy, when you can hold that type of a question, what serves me to move forward with grace, with courage? Then your own wisdom, your wholeness, your wisdom of being, not just intellectual, strategized wisdom, but your wisdom of being will let you know, this, it may be difficult or it may not be perfect in logically, but trust it, it serves. So the main ingredient to the art of contemplation is to allow yourself to rest with a question for days, weeks, months, whatever it takes, until the answer stabilizes, until you ask it again and again and again, and each time the answer is the same. Then you know you've landed on a deeper knowing, and we can listen to the intuition. And I'll go back to what I said at the beginning, but to wrap this up, recognize that when we first drop into that feeling, into that listening for a deeper knowing, for a true knowing, it typically won't be there right away. And the invitation, the suggestion, is not to panic. I don't know. I went to the intuition. There's nothing there. I'm not getting any answers. And then right back to the mind to figure it out. We part of the art of contemplation is to be at peace with not knowing, to be in faith with the not knowing. I just don't know yet. I just don't know yet. And that's okay. I don't know yet. That's okay. Often, in my experience, the answer has come kind of last minute. So it really takes faith to not panic and to stay in the faith of your wholeness of being, in the fact that your wisdom is far greater than what the mind is going to generate as far as strategies and logic. When you tap into the collective consciousness, the one consciousness, you are accessing a world of guidance and information and connections and energies and flow that your logical mind has no idea even exists. So we learn to trust and listen and wait and be in the I don't know until you know. All right, my friends, be well. Bye-bye.